A lot of people overcomplicate making content and they think that there's all these things you have to do. And that's the problem that I get stuck in too. And I actually took it upon myself to get myself out of the rut and just come down here and film. Honestly, I didn't even think about necessarily what I'm going to be teaching. I just kind of wanted to share that you don't have to have it perfect. You want to make this content. You think you got to write it out. You got to script this stuff, get this clever idea, find this hook. But really, you just got to share really specifically something authentic, something about your life, about your brand, about an idea. And actually I say have to. I say I suggest to. But that's the best way to look at everything, is change how you think about it from musts to what would be a good idea. And what I want to start doing from now on, and really just lean into it, is helping you guys build your personal brand, because personal brand isn't just personal, it's also professional. I mean, of course, leveling up your life and getting the things that you want out of it. And there's so much bad information out there and untrustworthy sources. And, honestly, I'm just going to be fully transparent about everything going forward. I'm going to be like, yep, this is an idea. Let me show you how it works. And if you can just get over yourself and all the advice and just stop scrolling and listening to every single thing that somebody says and pivoting 24 times, you're going to realize that it's actually pretty easy, just like I've done here. Let me tell you a little bit about how this video came about. I just needed to get out of my house. I knew that the setting was not conducive to making content. I was just following the same patterns being inside and so on. I had to break the pattern. So if I just got out and I was like, I'm just going to film something, I don't care what it is, I'm going to film. And that's what I did. I just set it up, hit the button, and that's all you need to do. Content is really that easy. Now, if you think, oh, well, I don't have time for that, I got my business, I have all this stuff, I get it totally. Like, time is a problem. So the new way that I'm going about it was just set aside time. I'm just going to set out like 4 hours a week to be like, I'm going to film. Then if I get inspired, throughout the week, then I'll do that. And those will be bonuses. But as long as I can do one video a week or something like that, that's reasonable. And hopefully I can just bring my camera on walks and create, even for my Bear Bond channel, like, this stuff is really, really easy if you allow it to be. There's a lot of techniques of ways that you can go about creating nice things and have them higher production without having a whole crazy production system and crazy editing and tons of B-roll, as you can see. But you also don't need it to be completely raw and all that stuff, like that whole format, which I don't think is really performing well anymore. I think it's kind of dying. People are looking for a little more. But the whole idea is just doing something. And I promise you, like, it's gonna feel good. You just create. Every single thing I've ever created has had a spark of, I'm just gonna do it, like a giving up, having perfection, I guess you could say, but I'm not a perfectionist in that sense. Like, it's just, give up on whatever it is that's holding you back and just get out there and film and do the things. Start talking about the stuff that you want to talk about. A lot of times I have thought too much about what I'm gonna say, how it's gonna affect the other person, and that is important to consider. Hey, where's this message going? What's the point of the video? How's it gonna connect? But if I'm just talking to my younger self, or actually pretending that there's nobody in the world is empty, and I just want to share and just leave data of what's going on, that's going to be helpful, I feel, to be able to just talk in a certain way that isn't thinking about a result. And then you can get to a point where I've said a bunch of stuff, I was talking just like I was now, and I'm like, what was I going to say next? And I can't remember. So I'm just shut off the camera and I'll pick it up in a second. And you will get an idea. Like, you just get in the flow. And what I was saying earlier is, like, this is going to help you out whether you are a professional or just a personal brand, because a personal brand is going to be a representative of how you dress, how you talk, how you think, how you feel, all of the things that you've always watched this channel for. That's personal branding stuff. Like, that's kind of where all the stuff comes from. How to shake hands, how to tip, my original videos back in the day, to something about minimalism. Minimalism is about efficiency of thinking, not wasting your time, things like that. This is all personal brand. No fap stuff, that's all about how you represent the respect for yourself, having a disciplined direction in the way that you live. That's personal branding to me. I'm calling it that. Everybody else calls it something else, but to me, it's just how you are. It's your personality. And then your professional personal brand is how do you represent your brand that sells the things that you want to do? How do you represent the image of yourself as a first impression? How do you make people feel? Like your images that represents that, say, website logos, Instagram, and these things also, they bleed into each other, personal and professional. Like my Instagram is professional because I used to do all the modeling, and I do reels and tips. I'm going to change it actually pretty drastically really soon, but that affected my life for a really long time. So when I was in New York, I ended up having that work as a networking tool. It got me jobs, and it connected with people, made a lot of friends. I got to do a lot of my hobbies. I did a lot of photography as a hobby. In general, I just kind of had that part of my life. It was really personal brand and professional brand were one. And that's really where I think I want to call something like, I want to merge it and call it something like party brand or something, but party branding, but like it's both personal and professional. The thing is, I don't think that you can really separate them if you really do it well. There are people who really have two, and those are a little bit more established when the company is completely established, like Elon Musk and Tesla. But if you're somebody like me, or you're running an online business and you're promoting and marketing and so on, I think that it's really good to inject yourself as the brand for a while, or as a representative. Like think of it as like a mascot. How are you going to show up for yourself and then for your brand and your company? But those things make your life better, such as discipline to work out, getting in shape, losing weight, doing things like that. It's an exponential thing. Like the ROI of having yourself represented in the way that you intend to, and in a way that people like you and relate to you and just generally want to move forward with you, is a win-win across the board. You get to change lives that way. And that's why I really believe that branding, and the way that I'm going to be teaching it to you, is an important thing to learn. Like again, you don't need to have it perfect, and I really want to share that with you. I want to share how you can do it, and I'm finally releasing my project. It's a new program that I have, and it's just a select number of people. It's a higher ticket program where you work with me, and I do work with you. It's none of this just coaching stuff. Like that's great, but right now I want to be able to help you build your logo and your site and copywriting, and go through your stuff, do the photography, or teach you it, all that stuff. And so far the clients I've had, my beta clients in this program, are absolutely floored. They're very happy with it so far, and I can't wait to show you what that looks like. So make sure you just keep watching, put the notifications on for this channel. Yeah, of course, I'll put the link in to have you see what the program's about, the soft launch. Totally different than all this crap that these people are doing out there. That the whole point is that I really don't like how people are doing business, and I think that I'm going to show everybody how to do it in a way that's really actually going to work. No more fake gurus and shit like that. I'm sick of it all. I want to do my part to share my 20-something years of experience of building a personal brand and working for some of the biggest creators in the whole world and companies. This channel won't really change as far as like, oh, I'm going to change everything. That's going to be content based around all the things I love and that I've been doing for so long, wrapped up in a different kind of wrapping paper. So I hope you guys like it, because I'm super excited. It just feels really natural. It's all of the things coming together. And stay tuned, guys.